Hello everybody, my name is Dean or Dimitar or DEANisHOME. I'm a full-time musician from Berlin now.
And all around the world from eBay, growing.
You started music at 14, right?
Yeah, 13. I started playing music when I was 13 or 14, you can say. Before that, I did sing in a choir for a little bit, which was my grandma's idea, but not really, like, I don't count it. But when I was 13 years old, I really wanted to imitate my heroes, which were a lot of punk bands from the 2000s, from the 90s, that I found from a soundtrack of a video game that I was playing. I decided I really want to do this. I want to play electric guitar, I want to be in a band, and I looked for the quickest way to achieve that, which in my case was finding a guitar teacher and forming a band. So what I did was I went on my skateboard, age 13, and skate through the city, looked and asked where in the city I can study guitar. So I found music school, a little private music school that was close to my school. And I went in and I asked, where's the guitar teacher? Do you teach guitar? And they told me, yes, we have a guitar teacher upstairs. He's actually giving a lesson right now. I went in, I walked in, I knocked on the door, I walked in, I met my first teacher, and I told him I want to start coming to classes. Hello everybody, my name is Dean. Welcome to my flat. Let me show you around. This is my studio in the heart of Kreuzberg. Bedroom area, food area, as you can see. Right there, it's my studio. It's where I record songs. My beautiful acoustic piano is right here, where I write and where I teach some music with my students. And some of my guitars are here, my banjo. And this is the main working space. All right, welcome to my kitchen. All right, so this is my second room, which has three purposes. First purpose is cooking my food here in that area. Then I'm gonna show you my most important part of that room, which is, ta-da! This is my morning writing area. Here I'm playing the keyboard, maybe when I'm getting inspired. It's right here, ready for me. And also, here I'm writing my journals every morning. And in this area of my flat, there's a lot of light coming every morning, very, very early, very, very bright. So when I sit here, nobody bothers me. It's quiet, it's bright, it's beautiful. I have my plants here, I have my journals, I have my keyboard. And it's very important to have a second place that you can go after you work in your studio, so you can fresh your mind a little bit. What is my breakfast? Well, a lot of times I miss breakfast, unfortunately, because when you play live shows, a lot of times you finish your work around midnight, and then you need, 5-6 hours of sleep, 4, 8, whatever you can afford, and then it's 12. What I do in the morning after breakfast, I'll tell you, because it's one of the things that I try to keep almost every day. And even like you don't know how your day is gonna roll out a lot of times. You don't know how the concert is gonna be, you don't know how your day is gonna roll. You're working with artists, you're working with new people, you're meeting a lot of people, doing media, doing music. And my mornings, when they're constant and they're almost every time the same, this gives me the structure that I need to deal with the madness of what's happening after. So to answer your question, after breakfast, I love to go somewhere where there's nobody. For example, I live in Kreuzberg right now, and near to my studio, there's a beautiful park in Berlin called Tempelhoferfeld. So what I like to do is I take my skateboard and my journal and a book, and I go to the park and I try to switch off for 2 hours and not to talk to anybody. I turn my phone off and just be.
Medical school, dad, I wanna be a rock star. I don't wanna be like the son of your friend. I wanna live like in the movies. I've wasted so much time to pretend. I wanna get some tattoos, and I don't care, and make a rock and roll band. We're gonna take all this world.
Yeah, I started writing the journals because I was traveling and I had a lot of things happening to me and I had nobody to talk to about it. So I was just writing in my book about it. And I write how I feel. I write about my goals and what I want to achieve in my life. And I keep track of my progress in these journals. I track my life there. It's like vlogging, but on paper. And one day I want to give these journals maybe to my kids, maybe I want to release them. I can feel close to myself and I can escape a little bit this world that is full of things that are flashing in your face, advertisement, your social media and all that stuff. When I come here, I feel balanced, I feel I can jump out of this digital world that we are living in and I can just write and I take my time, I do everything slowly, I don't look at my phone, I just bring with me my coffee, bring some water and maybe something to eat. And I like to stay here for 2 or 4 hours. Sometimes the feelings are so strong that it makes you crazy. Something bad happened and you just cannot stop thinking about it, or something good happened and you just, When you write it down, you're able to see that feeling and that emotion from a side. You can analyze it. So if something made me angry, for example, or sad, somebody told me something negative, for example. When I write it down, it makes me look at it from the side, like from a third person. So I can see that maybe I was wrong. Maybe I'm overreacting. Maybe it's not so bad as it looks. And sometimes when you write it, it just goes away.
everybody, Dean here in the studio, in the bedroom studio. Right now I have here a project of a new song that I just wrote on the piano, and I'm recording it by myself at home.
I didn't recognize the power you possess over me. I'm a man with a dream. I'm extreme, I have the engine. You have gasoline.
Drop the excuses, and if you want to make music, you don't have to worry too much, because you don't need to spend so much money. You don't have to buy all this fancy equipment and studio to be able to record yourself. I personally recorded, it's not advertisement, but I recorded a few albums with this thing, which is a little Zoom recorder. My friend has a Tascam, which is the same thing. This thing is not so expensive. It costs like, I don't know, 200, 300 bucks, or sometimes cheaper, sometimes more. But you use that thing, has a mic in front, has the inputs in the back, so you can connect your guitar or your synth or your drums or whatever you like here, so you can record into your laptop or your computer. And you have your headphones here, and then you have a little studio. There's people who are talking about it and people who are doing it. And you, my friends, can be the people who are doing it. And you don't have to listen to me. I'm not famous. I'm not somebody who's like the best. I'm just a musician living this life. And not all of my albums are the best, but I love them. They're my babies. And I made them all myself with whatever I had. So don't let the equipment stop you from starting and doing it, because you're gonna get better anyway. And yeah. Well, I want to show you something. I dropped a new album this year. It's called the Breakup Album. And the story about this album is, last year in the winter I had a breakup with my girlfriend, my partner, the person that I loved and that loved me, and it was a very hard winter for me. Writing songs about it. And I wrote them in this little flat, and they became an album. So I want to demonstrate you how I make my songs and how I record them. I usually always start on some kind of physical instrument. I need something like a guitar that I can just grab, and I can just like strum a chord. And I can write the song, right? Or some kind of keyboard, like something that I can touch. And then this thing becomes a song. And I record into the laptop. So for that song that I'm gonna show you now, it's track number 3, I think. It's called Thank God for the Music. And I just wanna clarify, I'm not a religious person, but that song made me, I realized music was the thing that was occupying my mind instead of thinking about my ex-girlfriend, and this is how I survived the winter. I'm gonna make a beat first, so I'm gonna choose my kick drum, and I'm gonna put like a straight kicks first, so I can have a kind of tempo of this whole thing, like this. I'm gonna add some snares. I'm gonna change the kicks a little bit. I'm gonna add an open hi-hat. I'm gonna open it up a bit. Like this. Let's add another one. So I have a little bit of a beat. So this beat is I'm gonna use as a guideline and then make the keys over it. So it's gonna sound a little bit like this. And
started writing lyrics over this thing, and it became like this. Thank God for the music, nothing can break me. Thank God for the music, this life only shapes me. Yeah. Thank God for the music, for saving my life. Had a very hard breakup in the coldest of months, and I don't have no money, but I don't give a fuck. Thank God for the music, for keeping my back. Thank God for the music, nothing can break me. Thank God for the music, this life only shapes me. And stuff like that. And so I wrote that thing and I recorded first just the keyboard and the drums on the laptop, and they sound a little bit like this. So this is the same keyboard into the laptop, and then the drums come in, and the drums are a little bit higher now. So once you have like your backbone of the song, you start putting everything on top. And I started putting like acoustic guitar, I started putting what else? Voice, different percussions, and nothing can break me. Nothing can break me. Thank God for the music. This life only shapes me, and I'll never give up. In the face of despair, I have no voice to sing. I have stories to share. I draw coming fingers, but life's getting bigger, and I promise myself I'm surviving this winter.
Alright, some of my more major performances were I played in some of the most famous European street music festivals. One of them was the French Festival in Edinburgh. Where else did I play? I played in a festival in Poland at the Polish Woodstock, but I just show up and I just start playing, you know, I was not in the program. Something else that I consider very major was I played at a bar in my home country, Bulgaria, that was owned by one of my heroes, Vasco Krupketa, and this was very big for me because I grew up listening to his cassettes and his CDs, and I played with him my songs. That was wild in his bar. So for now, a few.
Alright people, it's time to leave the flat because it's late. I'm gonna go busking tonight, but first I'm gonna brush my teeth, then drink a Red Bull, and I'm heading to Festival of the Lights, which is where I am going to play tonight. When you're playing street music, especially in the winter time, you have to be ready to be very cold. So extra layers of socks, extra layers of long sleeves, just like how one of my old friends said to me, "Dean, are you ready for ski?" And ski means spending 5 hours on the street in the cold, which is what we're gonna do tonight. One of the most important things about preparing to going out is to get all your batteries. This is my generator. Now it's 100% charged because it charged all night. This is my electric bag. In this bag I have the generator and I have the batteries for my pedals. It's very, very important when you come home, maybe a bit drunk, you have to always make sure to charge everything. Because it happened too often that you forget and then you cannot play. Okay, those, I have to turn them off. Let me see. Generator, batteries for my pedals, wireless system. Oh yes, my lights. These two. I'm gonna take these two tonight because it's the Festival of the Light and there's gonna be illumination everywhere, so I have to take these. And I charge them all night. And I have also the remote control. So now I'm gonna go to my basement to pick up my speaker and then we're going to hit the U-Bahn station. Alright, this is my setup right here, and quickly it's a speaker, then there's a basket, and in the basket I have my pedals, my effects, I have my electricity, I have more clothes for later when it's cold, and I can squeeze here some drinks, maybe some beers or something. I have also my microphone stands on the other side, and that's my trolley, and because it's heavy and big, I can also, if I'm getting too hot, like right now, I can just do this. And it holds my things. Take my guitar on my back, just like that. And it looks heavy, but you get used to it. And this is how I go. Finding a flat in Berlin is very difficult, and it's super difficult if you're a musician. Actually, one of the most difficult things about being a musician is that, especially street musician, is it's hard to prove your income. So when you go and try to get a flat, people don't believe you that you make the money to pay the flat. Start with a song that you like, a song that you're very sure about, and this always puts you in a good mood. And usually after 2-3 songs, when you see people smiling, you feel good and you don't care anymore. Alright yo, this is my pedal board, and this is how I'm gonna control all the sounds. This is where I'm gonna connect my guitar, my drum machine, my microphone, and using my feet I'm gonna click these things and I'm gonna change things, and you're gonna see I'm gonna make everything sound good.
Drum with my finger when life's getting bitter, and I promise myself I'm surviving this winter. called Lighthouse 1922 because this lighthouse was built up in 1923. Yeah.
ولی صبحش هستم. نمیدونم تو صبحش نیستی فکر کنم. آره.
Check.
It's like you don't know what's broken. There's so many things. Okay, let's fucking play something nice and go somewhere dry.
You're so fucking special. But I'm a creep. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. I don't care if it rains. I won't have control.
I'm the youngest of 10 siblings. I have 4 sisters and 4 brothers survived. So I'm the youngest. So I'm used to using the voice to get noticed. And it's in my blood. To sing is in my blood.
We don't belong here. You're wonderful. You're fucking wonderful.
Coming from Iceland.
The song is about what this guy is about to do. The next song is about smoking the green on the streets of Berlin. Yeah. Alright, let's fucking do the voice. This thing. It's very simple. Roll another one. Roll another one. Roll another one for me, babe. Roll another one. Roll another one. Roll another one for me, babe. Let's do it. Roll another one. Yeah. Roll another one. Yeah. Roll another one for me, babe. Let's do it. Roll another one. Yeah. Roll another one. Yeah. Roll another one for me, babe. Let's do it. Roll another one. Yeah. Roll another one. Yeah. This thing. Let's do it. Roll another one. Yeah. Roll another one. Yeah. Roll another one for me, babe. Let's do it. Roll another one. Yeah.
Der Unterschied spielen auf der Straße oder so ein Konzert hier machen?
Gute Frage. Ich habe mich überrascht gefühlt, wie sehr ich das gerade genossen habe. Weil ich bin Verfechter des Konzepts von Straße. Da bleiben die Leute stehen, die immer richtig Bock haben, jetzt wirklich den Alltag zu verlassen und jetzt, die müssen dann die Musik feiern, you know? Aber was für eine geniale Idee, Musik in einem Hostel zu machen. Also, heads up, Nate. Danke fürs Ranschleppen von 2 Straßenmusikern. Ist auch eine schöne Location, ne? Die Lichter, der Nebel und zusammen zu sein mit den Leuten und die Vibes, familiäre Gesichter zu sehen und mehrere Fotografen am Start zu haben, die alle mit den Vibes sind, das war nice. Nebelmaschine, ich freue mich, dass die benutzt wird.
My idols are not only musicians but also people doing other stuff like Casey Neistat is a filmmaker, vlogger from YouTube. He inspired me a lot when I started vlogging a few years ago. His whole lifestyle really inspired me because he prioritized working and productivity and family. He has this tattoo on his arm that says "Work harder," and I also did it by myself, like right here. Yeah. He's one idol. I would say people that did something difficult that nobody around them did. These people become my idols. My message for you watching this is if you have something in your life that makes you very excited, makes you very happy, and you're dreaming about this, you have to try. You have to try doing it. And if people are telling you it's not gonna work, that's because they can't do it. Ask somebody that did it and they're gonna tell you you can do it too. And don't force yourself to accomplish these big things that you want for yourself for like one day or 1 month or 1 year or whatever. Sometimes one life is not enough time to do this. But you have to try. Don't listen to what your parents say. I mean, listen to them, they're your parents, probably they love you, they want the best for you, but just because you have this crazy idea to be a musician or to be a filmmaker or to be a model or to be, I don't know, a scientist or to be who knows what, a dancer, and they're telling you, don't do that, it's too risky, you're gonna be poor. Well, we're gonna die anyways. So why don't we just try what we love? Try. That's my message. Or don't try. Don't try, don't do it. Just sit at home and do nothing all your life. You're gonna regret it.
Stitching my jeans, I'm thinking of tomorrow, where I wanna go, where I wanna go. Stitching my jeans, I'm thinking of tomorrow, where I wanna go. I don't wanna live this life anymore.